In today's episode of The Tenant, I'm in Gurgaon. In Gurgaon, I'm in Sector 43, a location not very far from the premium Golf Course Road. Our tenant today is a young couple that shifted from Mumbai to Gurgaon. Why do they do that? What works for them and what doesn't? Let's meet them. Hi Sakshi, good to see you.
Good to see you. Welcome to our quirky romantic house.
Okay, so I can see probably he's the part that adds the romance to it.
Big part to it.
Okay.
Hi Vishal. Hi Gaurav.
So what is it that brings you guys here? This house?
Well, I mean, we decided Gurgaon is going to be the place where we stay after we get married. Wasn't an easy decision. We were living in Mumbai, where actually his real estate business was. But I got a job at Google and I wanted to move to Gurgaon and
here
so
we are.
basically
yes.
She came to Gurgaon, you followed her?
I followed her, I entirely followed her like I've always been doing.
Okay. Was the following easy to do?
It had its up
Okay,
and
because
downs.
generally it's the other way around in an Indian scenario.
Right.
The wife follows the husband, here it's the husband following the wife.
Right, so it was, we took a decision when she got that opportunity. We had a window also to think about it for a good 5 to 6 months, and then I also did my research how Gurgaon's market was doing. So it was a very thought out process that we did.
there was not so much thought as following the heart, because he didn't have so much of an idea of what will happen or what opportunities are there in Gurgaon. Like he had in real estate, he worked for 8 years in Mumbai. So he had his whole circle, he had all these connections, everything established. And it wasn't like he had a big clarity, but he never really made it like a big point of that if moving and leaving all of his connections is a big deal.
So how big is this apartment of yours?
So it's maybe I can answer that. This is close to 1250 square feet would be super area, and that's how things are in Delhi NCR. We majorly talk in super carpet area, and if you just see the usable area, that's close to 1000 square feet. So yes, it's a 2 BHK apartment. The living space is quite big. There's a balcony in the front and there is another utility balcony at the back.
And it's just two of you all over here?
Just the two of us, and we of course have our parents coming over every time to time, but yeah, it's just the two of us that stay here.
Okay. How's been the shift after coming to Gurgaon? Has it been easy for you guys to adapt?
I think Sakshi had her, Sakshi had her doubts about the city, how she would fit in, especially with the pollution that we get to hear. When we were in Bombay also, it was quite a big deal. But I think we have adapted well, and now since last few months, she's been going gaga about the city. I think she started enjoying it.
I think the big roads and the good life helps.
Yeah.
Okay, big roads, the good life. How's the safety?
No, it's good. I mean, it's I know Gurgaon gets its negative light, but there are also a lot of good things happening, and I felt it's a nice place. People are nice, and yeah, safety is definitely better.
For this house, how long was the search? What were you looking for when you all were looking to rent an apartment?
At that time, I think it was more of the location. We were very sure about the location, but we did not have an idea about the exact house specification that we wanted to. We were open for both unfurnished and furnished house. But at that time, I was through, like we mentioned, I was through career change. So the priority was just to get a house and then maybe figure out things eventually. So that's how we got closed down on this property. We had really liked these windows, the open area. She gets up pretty early, if you could just open the curtains.
Yeah, I think as soon as I saw the big open windows and the greenery and the sunlight coming through it, I was like, I really want this because I like open spaces.
Since also we were moving from Bombay, so we instantly became a fan of this huge living room that we have here, and the storage that we saw in the house, which was already inbuilt.
Lot of cupboards, very important thing.
Lots of storage space in it, and of course, both of you all had your expectations lowered by Bombay, so
Absolutely.
this was a pleasant surprise.
Yes, it was.
So what part of this house gets used the most?
I think the living area gets used the most. This is where we sit and maybe would have a read sometimes, and we would have our laptop. Like we would watch the episodes, some of the Netflix shows together here, and we would be doing our work also here. So most of it is the living area.
And does the balcony get used quite a bit?
Yes, in fact, quite a lot. And I would take most of my calls standing here, and I also like to have my tea while standing in the balcony. It just gives me time away from what is going on in my mind. It just gives me time to relax and just enjoy the nature. So yeah, it does help.
Okay. So this covers then the living area. Ahead will be one of the 2 bedrooms, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So how big are the bedrooms over here from your Mumbai experience?
Right.
Substantially bigger?
So this room is not the exact example.
But the Delhi bedrooms are making you happy.
Absolutely. This is our guest room here. So we have a sofa cum bed which we open up when we have guests coming over, and there is ample space as well here. And Sakshi also uses this particular table as a office space when she is working.
So this is your work from home room?
Yeah. Yeah, or my reading room, or I need my space
room. Yeah.
So is that. And do you have guests often?
Yes, in fact, just tonight, her brother is coming and her mom is coming tomorrow. So almost on a monthly or a bi-monthly basis, we would have our
or
parents.
Sometimes friends come over. Everybody is like transiting mostly through Delhi whenever they are going, let's say, to a foreign country or anywhere. So we are lucky enough that we do get sometimes.
So we get to host, people quite often. So it does come in.
And both of you like to host?
Absolutely, we love to host. Yeah.
Okay, so this is 1 bedroom done. Up ahead will be the 2nd bedroom.
Second bedroom, and here is another washroom that we have.
Okay.
The guest washroom.
This is the 2nd bedroom, and this is the kitchen.
Correct.
Oh,
So kitchen is also quite spacious. Almost like 3 to 4 people can work at a time.
Okay.
So
Do you guys cook a lot?
Space.
Do you guys cook a lot?
Not really. We have
He
help
cooks
that helps us.
sometimes.
I cook time to time when I'm in the mood. Otherwise, not on a regular
Or when
basis.
I ask him to make something for me.
Okay.
He can't say no.
So basically, she's optimizing the romantic in you. She makes you do a lot of things. Okay. Including I noticed a whole bunch of pictures all over.
Right. Of course, that's all her doing. I don't have a much say in this. Of course, she does a fantastic job. She is very creative when it comes to keeping the house, and always time to time she keeps making changes to the house and making it more lively and livable.
Okay.
I feel like you should have elements of yourself in the house, like pictures, of course, and then whatever you like. Like I'm a fan of Harry Potter, or some novels or soft toys.
So that's a Harry Potter thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, just memories and fun stuff.
And that quote, who's it valid for? Don't think outside the box. Think
That's him.
like there is no box.
That's him for sure.
Okay. And so I think real estate is really making things differently.
Yeah.
Real estate
You
business.
have to be thinking differently.
100%.
This is the master bedroom.
This is the main master bedroom of the house.
Okay.
With I think it's around 200 square feet in the size, and with ample wardrobe space, which was an important criteria when Sakshi was looking for an apartment. Yes.
So basically storage was a deal maker.
Yeah, definitely for me. As soon as I saw the cupboards, I was like, this all is my space. You'll get 1 or 2 cupboards over there.
And this has an attached bathroom.
This has an attached washroom as well, and an attached utility balcony which connects it directly to the kitchen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the
Kitchen
positioning of the house. For example, the sunlight comes from there, so the living and the study room is that side, and the bedroom is towards where it's dark and quiet. So yeah, you can just sleep.
Okay. What's the best thing about the house, and what's the worst thing?
Best thing about the house is again the open space, the full wall window, view to the park.
Worst thing.
Worst thing are the dogs.
Dogs.
Street dogs. So they would have, I think there are these 2 gangs of dogs that would come and 2 o'clock in the night and they would just bark.
Actually,
throughout
that's
the night.
about when there are independent house versus society. We all later realize that that's a factor because sometimes in society, gated society, stray dogs are not here, but independent houses, of course, street dogs are there. So that's.
So basically, stray dogs make life tough.
They do, especially particularly at this location. Yes.
So would you Would that be a deal breaker in a subsequent?
100%, that has become a criteria. In fact, we've
Yeah.
discussed a few times. We would be looking out for it, like if how the situation is. At least we would ask question to wherever you would be going, maybe the broker or maybe the tenant, whoever would be going there. We would definitely be asking the question.
How much are you paying for all of this?
So we just had a rent escalation. We are paying 50,000, which I think is almost on par on how things are on Golf Course Road.
If you don't mind me asking, how do you guys really demarcate it? Are you one of those couples that go 50-50, or is he handle some expenses, you handle some expenses?
It's almost 50-50. Yeah, we cover for each other. Like sometimes he does, sometimes I do. But yeah, we always support each other.
Okay, so 50,000 rupees, pretty steep for Gurgaon standards.
Definitely. So Gurgaon market is also catching up with the central line of Mumbai standard. Like if I have to give you a benchmark, it's a hefty price, but for the location that we are at, I think this has become a market norm now. Also, there's a fantastic location, fantastic view that we get from the terrace. So let me take you up there and show how this location is. So
the flashiness of Gurgaon.
Flashiness of Gurgaon, of the famous golf course
The
road.
fresh air of Gurgaon.
Fresh air. Chalo, let's see that then.
Vishal, this is the terrace that we come here in the evening and spend some time, and this is the location, like we are right in the heart of Golf Course Road. So as you'd see, there is all these DLF's properties that you see, the famous camellias and magnolias. Over here you'd find flats, apartments quoting around 40 CR. Yes, quite steep. For a place.
So that's the most expensive building?
That's one of the most expensive, yes, absolutely the most expensive building that we have in entire Delhi NCR belt.
Would you guys like to stay in apartments with amenities? Because one thing about this place is that it clearly doesn't have amenities.
Correct.
Unless you do the park.
Absolutely, no, absolutely. So that's one of the criterias that we would have to be having clubhouse amenities in the apartment that we would be picking up next. So clubhouse facilities will be an important, yes.
Okay. What next for you guys? Do you guys want to buy a house? Do you guys want to keep renting? What's the philosophy?
No, we are on a journey. We might be closing one of the houses soon. Like we are in that process where we have been looking for a house. So I don't think so for us. Renting is a long game. Yeah.
So soon the migration will happen from being a tenant to an owner.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's the thing you have instructed him, or that's something you
No, actually once he started getting into real estate in Gurgaon, seeing the properties, getting other people the house that they dream of course, he also got so interested and mesmerized that yes, this is the right time to buy property in Gurgaon because it's like really booming and like
it's
expanding.
more of an investment play, to say the least. I think the cycle, where we are currently, rather than otherwise, when I was in Bombay, it was always clear that I was going to continue to rent it. But still, like even after the price increase here, I still think it's the right time to get into real estate.
Once you have like married for like a year or so, those thoughts do keep coming that yes, okay, what's the next for us as a couple? Buying your own house is always a dream for any couple.
Okay. On that note, Sakshi, Gaurav, thank you for coming on the Tenant.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, next time probably I meet you. You won't be a tenant, you'll be the owner.
Yeah, thanks. So nice to have you here.
Time for the report card. This is a 1,000 square feet apartment. The building, it's a standalone one, doesn't have amenities as such. Location, this is a level 2 location within Gurgaon, peaceful neighborhood. Connectivity, close to the metro. Otherwise, private transport is pretty much necessary in most parts of Gurgaon. So all in all, if you're a person looking to be in Gurgaon, is okay being in a building without amenities, but wants to be close to the hotbed of activity within the city, this is the sort of project and location that can be considered.